So here we are on the keyboard. We've been practicing our arm drop with the rotation and targeting certain notes. And remember, we were practicing our jazz hands. You need to get nice and loose and used to doing that. And remember the movement, rotating a door handle as well. We seem to be more comfortable in turning this way and rotating a long way than this way. I think there's a physical restriction there, but for the moment, because we're sort of training our brain to make this rotational movement, make a real effort to go beyond the horizontal here and get over there. And we're going to do the same when we put it on the piano. So find yourself a comfortable position. I'm in the middle C position, and we're going to start off by rotating and going from the thumb to the fifth finger. Now the idea of what we're doing here is to try and take the movement of the fingers out of the equation. We want to get away from pushing down with no hand or wrist movement. That is all coming from the fingers. We want to get away from that. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate and allow the fingers to like hit the keys, but it's the power of the rotation that's making it sound. So like this. See how far I'm letting it swing over? Now you might think if I let it swing over that far, I'm going to hit a wrong note. But you won't, as long as you keep your hand in this natural position. Because if I swing over, I'm not changing the hand position. So when it comes back, it should be back at the same place. Okay, so you might want to stop the video and give that a go, and maybe with your left hand as well. Now notice I'm not pushing with my finger or my thumb, I'm just letting it hit the keys. Right, then you might want to refine that bit. You're going to do the same movement but pick different fingers. Maybe we'll go from 1 to 3. Now, when we're doing the third finger, because we've got the fourth and fifth fingers here, we can't swing over quite so far because the fingers are on the keys. So just accept, we can still go that way, but don't swing so far this way. All right, so like. Notice my little finger popping out there. Want to correct that. And then maybe 3 to 5, and you'll see when you come back to 3 you can't swing too far because you've got these two fingers there, but this way you can. So and then 2 and 4. Now I'm not pushing with my fingers at all here, it's just the force of the rotation that's pushing the note, the finger down onto the note. Okay, so you then want to do that exercise a few times, get used to it, and do it with the left hand as well. So that kind of feels reasonably natural. But if we're going to do like a sequence of a note of like the 5-finger exercise, thumb up to the 5th finger, then actually it's not quite so obvious. So the key thing is, you notice with this swing here, if I want to make sure every note I play that we're swinging into it, and that is what we want to do, then we've got to think, okay, if I'm going to play my thumb, which way have I got to go? Well, I've got to swing this way, but in order to swing this way, I've got to rotate my wrist this way so that it can come back. Okay, like that. So that's our first movement, to play the thumb. Now the next movement is going to be the 2nd finger, but don't forget I don't want to push down with it, I want to swing into it. So in order to swing into it, I've got to come this way. So because I'm heading this way, the temptation is to move that way every time, but in order to swing into it, we have to go the opposite way first. So because I've just swung into my thumb, I can deliberately make it roll over, and that creates the momentum to go to my second finger. So I'll just do those first two notes: up, down, across, down. Okay, try that. All right, so that movement is the first one, and then we're using the momentum to get in the position to do the second one. However, the next one, we're going from here and we're going here. It's not quite so easy. I know I want to swing this way, but in order to swing that way, I've got to get in this position. So that's what I do. I rock back and swing into the 3. And then I'm going to do the same between 3 and 4. Swing this way and swing into the 4th note. Swing this way and into the 5th note. So if I go a bit more above here, what that looks like is swing, across, down. Now I've got to fabricate the movement to get to that, back to that, back to that. Now if we're going the other way, 5 down to 1, we've got to swing to play the 5. So again, we can let that momentum go over, which means I can now swing into the 4, but now I've got to rock back this way to go that way, back this way to go that way, and back this way to go there. Now, key thing is this swinging should happen when you've got a finger down on the note. It's like it should be balanced on there like this. So if I'm going from 3 to 4, I've got to go, so swing this way, but with my finger down, down. That finger's solidly down on there. Now I can swing back and rotate to the right to play that. Okay, so give that a go, and you then need to do the same with your left hand as well. And then I suggest you go to a simple piece that you know that has notes moving up and down the piano, and try and work out how you would rotate your wrist to be able to play those phrases. Sometimes if you're doing a movement like you're going from 1, 3, 5, so we know we want to swing into the 1, we want to go to the 3, but if we allowed ourselves to go right over, then I can't swing into the 5. So sometimes if you know you're continuing in the same direction, you swing but go halfway and then swing the remainder for that. So 1, 3, 5 would look like this. Halfway, full way. Okay? Now, I'm exaggerating this movement. My hand is like vertical now. But notice I've still kept my hand shape. So if I had to come back, it would just fall onto the 1 again. Okay, give this a go.